Hello, my name is Tuesday, and I'm going to be showcasing Sands of Aura in 8%. This is a semi-open world Souls-like game developed by Chasu Entertainment. In the 8% run, my goal is to go from the beginning game all the way to the end and defeat the final boss as fast as I possibly can, while implementing a lot of skips, glitches, and techniques to get through a lot of the areas in ways the devs did not intend. So with that, because it's a long game, I'm going to jump into it. So when you jump into character creation, none of it actually matters except the starting weapon. So the weapons in this game all have unique traits or things that they can do, and the one that we use for speedrunning is weapon number 2, which is fencing. This increases our parry window by 50%. It is also a very fast weapon with a great block speed. So just in case you do miss your parry, you'll still be able to get a block. It's very fast for attacking, so when we unlock our upgrades to do a lot of DPS damage or damage over time, bosses will just disappear. So with that, I'm going to jump into the run. So 3, 2, 1, go. So at the start of this run, there's going to be 3 cutscenes that I'll be skipping, which will then put me inside of an area called Melgrim's Cavern. So as I enter in Melgrim's Cavern, my goal is to get across this bridge where I'll be talking to our first NPC named Lawrence. Lawrence is a knight, and we are a knight in training. Funny enough, I submitted another game called The Knightling where I was a knight in training. So coincidental? I don't know. So here's Lawrence. As you can see, I jumped as I entered into the into that. The reason why is it stops you from moving the moment he starts talking to you. So if you jump before he starts talking, the game will not stop your momentum, allowing you to get a little bit further up on the stairs. In here, I'll be collecting the first item of the game, which is an echo bell. This is used to get back to checkpoints really quickly without having to waste our currency, like in some Souls games where you can use an item to get back to a bonfire. Same thing. The ring I picked up is called a glint item. You can sell those to merchants for currency. It's just a safe way to get currency, just in case you do end up losing the stuff that you have. You can just keep those items in your inventory and sell them for later. And then I picked up a scripture, which are used to unlock talismans in this game. Picture Hollow Knight, where you can equip a talisman to your character, and it gives it like a special bonus. Same thing in this game. And then after that, I picked up a book. That is going to be our first spell and the only spell I use in this game. In this game, instead of having to like launch fireballs, lightning, or ice, you actually coat your weapon in the magic, and you use your weapon to attack. So the first one that I got is a fire spell, and I'll be using that to light enemies on fire to do damage over time. So as you can see at the bottom, when I hit an enemy, it fills up that purple bar down at the right, and then I can sacrifice that to fill up those yellow orbs that are above the flame on that bar down there as well. You get 4 spell blade charges, so that means you can have like 4 fireballs, to say, procced on your weapon at any point in time, allowing you to do a lot of damage to the enemies that are in front of you. So I got myself a little bit of glint, collected myself an orb, which allows me to unlock this gate right here, which goes into the first boss of the game, where you and Lawrence will be doing a double team on this boss. So the boss actually just focuses on Lawrence because it's a tutorial thing, so you're just gonna have to attack the boss with Lawrence. The fastest way to do this is to stand behind enemies, because if you stand behind enemies, it's always a critical hit when you hit him in the back. So while the enemy is focused on Lawrence, you're gonna see that I'm just gonna be standing behind them the entire time.
Beast from the waters.
I'm also going to activate that spell blade that I got from attacking that enemy earlier. And then once this boss is actually defeated, they will drop some items on the ground that's going to be very important for the run. But we're going to do the first major glitch in the game. I'm going to activate my spell blade and then interact with this wheel and then do a dodge roll while I'm interacting with it. And that allows me to have increased distance on my dodge rolls for the rest of the game. So normally I'd be moving really slow, but I found this glitch on accident when I was messing around. And it allows me to extend my fire rolls and regular rolls. And we like to call this sands of butter because of this, because you start sliding around everywhere. It's a great way to fall off ledges, but it allows you to get through the areas as quick as possible. And it's also very useful in certain boss fights because you can dodge roll a super far distance away from them in case they go to attack you. And with that, I'm going to make my way up to Lawrence. Since Lawrence just got injured in that fight, we're going to be sent on a quest to figure out how we can help him.
Sail well.
So,
And if you have
but for right now, he's like, oh, don't worry about me. We need water for the spire. The water was contaminated thanks to that sanctum beast. So you are sent on a quest to go over to what they call Tupi's Grotto to talk to a leaf creature named Tupi to acquire water for the spire so the villagers, or whatever you want to call them, do not die of thirst. Also, that bell I interacted with is a fast travel point. You can use those bells I said earlier to fast travel back to the last checkpoint you interacted with, but you also have to interact with the bells to unlock them for fast traveling. So if you see me interacting with a bell, it means that I need that for a fast travel. So there, I bought myself some more scriptures, some upgrade materials, and some other things for later so I can make my weapon a little bit stronger, and I can also get a talisman later. That's going to help out a lot. So here I dodge rolled past the blacksmith and I had talked to her. She said that she needs her hammer back. Someone had stolen it. So we're going to go try to find her hammer, and once we do, she will give us a pickaxe that we can use to mine up some ore or glint for better upgrades. So right here, we're going to talk to him. He actually has her hammer. We'll say, sure, we'll help. So we're going to talk to him, and then we're going to use a bell to go back to the last fast travel that I had interacted with, which is right next to the blacksmith. And then I'll go up here. Instead of talking to her, I'm actually going to upgrade my weapon, which will force dialogue with her anyways. So that instead of having to talk to her and upgrade, I can just do both at the same time. Once I got my upgrade, I'm going to head over to this bell, and then I'll go to Malgrim's Cavern, which is where the game first started out as. The reason I'm coming back here is for some upgrade materials. Now that I have a dodge roll, it's very fast to get through here, and I have a pickaxe that allows me to mine into these crystals that I wasn't able to earlier. So that's a little bit of upgrade material right there. And then I'm going to go the other way on this bridge, and there's going to be a glint node, and there's also going to be an upgrade node as well. So I'm going to grab this. This will give me some glint, which is used for upgrading. And then I'll bypass this enemy. I'll open up this chest, which will have a couple things that I need, such as upgrade materials as well, and then some more upgrade materials. Once that's done, I'll use my bell to go back to the fast travel area. I will use my fast travel to go back to the dock, which will allow me to get on my boat, which allows access to the open world of this game. You don't need to follow the path that speedrunners do. There's many islands you can explore, things that you can go find. You can do early upgrades. When this run first started, I used to go to this place called Basilica, which I used to grab a bunch of upgrade materials and then go fight all the bosses. But it made the run go well over 2 hours because of all the traveling I had to do. So I've cut out as much traveling as possible while still trying to grab as many upgrades as I can without wasting time. So you'll see that when I get to the islands that are mandatory in this game, that I will stop and collect certain items in the sand. When you're on your boat, even though you can't do much on there, you can still collect certain items that you'll see floating inside the sea of sand. So you'll see me collecting those boxes when I come across them. Another thing about the ship is I will pause when you see me go off a large, ramp. You'll see I'll pause, because if I do that, my ship won't stop. If I pause while my ship is on the ground or in the sand, it causes my ship to come to a halt. So if I want to do inventory management while I'm on my boat, I need to do it while I'm in the air. So here comes Tupi's Grotto.
we are. Tupi's Grotto. Don't get more green than that. Not out here.
So once I go to Tupi's Grotto, I'm going to actually bypass the dock to get onto the island, and I'm going to go to the back of the island and work my way to the front, because there's going to be some boxes I can pick up that'll have some upgrade materials and other things that I really, really want in this run. Now, there is always set items that you will get guaranteed in these boxes, but they also have a chance of generating a random item along with those set items. So you can get like bells or certain alcohols that buff you, other upgrade materials. Also, the runes you get are random. So even though it's guaranteed a rune, you might not be the one that you're looking for. So right there, I didn't get anything special. Those were the set items that you always get. You get a rune and some upgrade materials. Then you get a glint item and some upgrade materials. But I'm looking to see if I get like echo bells. Echo bells and soju are the two things I'm looking for. And sadly, I didn't get any echo bells, and I did not get an extra soju. Soju is an alcohol that increases the damage over time that you do, which is what we want because we do a lot of fire damage and poison damage in this run. So here I'm on Tupi's Grotto. I'm going to head up these stairs, and then I'm going to dodge roll into a cutscene. This is going to give me a quest that does not need to be finished. It's more of a side quest as you try to find your way to get to Tupi. So I'm going to accept it, but I don't need to do it. And then I'm going to make my way across the island so I can grab myself a glint item that I can sell for a little bit of money. And then I'm going to head up these stairs. And if I pick it up, it'll say Poisoner Pommel. I can upgrade my weapon and add that to it. So not only will I do fire damage, I will also do poison damage as well at the same time. Okay, so I did not jump. So I'm having a hard time with this glitch, funny enough, while I'm doing a submission. That's really funny. So what I need to do is I need to jump over here, then jump onto this wall, and then jump up to this third platform, activate my spell blade, and dodge roll across, and that allows me to skip the entire island so that I have to go all the way around. And that leads me right to Tupi's hut, allowing me to the second boss very quickly. So I'm going to bypass these enemies. I'm going to enter inside Tupi's home. I'm going to pick up a few more items such as some scrolls, some upgrade materials, and a soju. So when I fight the boss, I can just melt it. So there we go. Got my soju, got my scripture releases, my upgrade materials, some more money. And now I'm going to head downstairs to talk to Tupi, which will allow me access into the second boss. So as I load in, I'll head down these stairs. And I'll talk to Tupi. Skipping all the dialogue, it's not important. Tupi's been possessed by a spirit that's named Aura, which Aura actually becomes your friend. But we will not actually be doing true ending, so Aura actually doesn't become your friend in this run. So right there, I equipped a heart to increase my overall health. I drank my soju to give myself more damage. And I equipped my new pants, so I have more armor and more health. So here, I'm just trying to break the chains that get rid of that orb that Uwabani's stuck in, all while trying to also block any attacks that Uwabani throws at me. Uwabani's gonna slam, which sends out these rocks, and also has an ability to dig, has an ability to send out rocks from the ceiling. My goal is to get 4 purple bars before I do major damage. Okay, and then once I have 4 purple bars, I'm gonna light them on fire with 4 attacks. You do not want to get stuck in that purple explosion. It's instant death. As you can see, when they turn yellow, that means I have parried them. And there we go. Uwabani's done. Once Uwabani's done, Aura will come out of the body, and this is the spirit that was possessing him. Tupi doesn't want the spirit to exist. But like I said, technically she's your friend if you do the true ending, but we're doing any percent, so we're going to skip all of her story arc and her character development, so she will end up becoming a boss later on in the game. Okay, so this is Tupi once again. We'll talk to Tupi, and then we will leave the arena. So I'm going to interact with this box, which will unlock one of the things that we need and some upgrade stuff. Oh, I got a green heart. That is super important. Another thing that I unlocked is these things called another bell that you'll unlock. If you use them after each boss, it gives you another like healing node. So instead of having like 5 heals, I'll have like 6 heals and 7 heals and so on and so forth. The more bells you collect that you can use, the more heals that you'll get over time.
But this then.
So here I'll talk to Tupi. I'm gonna skip the dialogue and then head back to Starspire, where Glinda and Lawrence will be talking. Sorry, Galena and Lawrence will be talking. And then this is where I will head back up and I will talk to Tupi, who has moved onto the island by using a mimic. that he speaks through, and a rune carver that'll help you with your runes and some upgrades for your magic that we will use later in the run. So once we talk to Tupi, they will give us an orb that we will take inside the Church of Starspire. So I'm going to let her talk, get her out of the way, grab that scripture on the side, and head into the church. So this church has an optional boss that you can do, not needed for the run, so I'm going to be skipping it. I'm just going to head down in here and collect as many glint items as I can, because more money, more upgrades, which is good, because it doesn't waste any time. If you're on a ladder and you get hit, it does no damage. You are invincible while you are touching a ladder. Okay, new chest piece. Put the heart in there, so I have more HP. Pull this lever. Okay, let's not die. Okay, well, looks like the game does not want me to live. Woo! Okay, we made it through. Woo, got a little dicey there for a second. Once you're past the church and you're at the bottom, you are now in the Nexus, where you'll be confronted by Aura. All you have to do is just keep making your way down, and you'll enter a portal on the left-hand side where that sigil that you were handed through by Tupi's rune carver, you'll actually put inside this pedestal. Aura will come out and talk to you, and you'll enter into the Nexus realm, where you will go meet a man with many, many arms. You'll get out of this, and you'll find out that Lawrence has become sick, where you'll be sent on the main quest of the game. Okay, so Aura's going to be like, oh, you're not supposed to be here, and then you find out you can actually understand her now. I'm going to do 2 dodge rolls forward, which will send me into the cutscene. So the point of this area is that it's supposed to be confusing to get through, and you're supposed to follow these orbs, but because I know the path, I don't really need to worry about it. And because I move so fast, I don't need to worry about the overwhelming amount of enemies that spawn on you when you're not moving quickly. So I'm just going to keep dodge rolling through and following the path where I know to go. First time through here, you get very, very, very lost. Everything looks exactly the same, and you get overwhelmed by enemies. It's supposed to be difficult and scary. But with fast dodge rolling, none of the enemies can keep up with me, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so here we go. The man with many arms. Mentes. Okay, we're going to skip through Mentes' dialogue, say that I'm leaving. He'll send you back to Starspire, where you'll wake up with Galena next to you. She'll say that Lawrence has fallen ill. You'll go talk to Lawrence, and then you'll talk to Galena again. You'll talk to Aura, and they'll tell you what you need to do to help your master. And you'll be sent out on a journey to find certain items that you will use as an elixir that Aura tells you about. So wait for her to get to the staircase, because you can't talk to her before then. And then once you leave this door, Aura will talk to you as well. And then the first thing you got to do is head over to the shop. Sell all the stuff that you're not using, and then go upgrade your weapon 2 to 3 times, depending on how much currency that you've earned. It is a little RNG if you've picked up more items or you've gotten less items, if you've gotten good items or bad items. So here, I'll trade. I'll sell this. Okay, once everything I don't need is sold, I'll head back down to the blacksmith area. And then I'm going to add dagger and poisoner to do more damage for DPS. And then I'm going to upgrade my weapon. Perfect, I had 32 glint left over after upgrading. Okay, then I'll head over to the fast travel area, where I will fast travel to the main dock, which is exactly where I was standing. But my boat will appear when I do that, because my boat was stationed in the back dock. So if I just fast travel back here, it'll push my boat to this side, saving time so that I have to go all the way to the back dock, yada yada. So from here, I'm going to be heading to the next boss, which is Tannen. Tannen is a crazy alchemist who has very, very delayed attacks. You'll see that he'll go to like wind up his fist, and then it takes him an entire One Piece episode to hit you. And then he has other attacks which he just does immediately. There's no wind up at all. You just get hit right then and there. So you have to figure out a way to determine which wind up he's going to be doing by looking at his stance. So he has one stance where he winds his left hand back, and that's going to be the slow. And then he has another one where he steps back with his right foot, and then he does like a roundhouse kick, roadhouse, right to your face. And so if you get kicked in the face, you want to immediately just back up, because the next thing is going to be is a quick punch into a sky slam. And if you get hit with that triple combo, you're dunsies, and you have to go all the way back up to him. When you do perish in this game, you lose your glint on the ground, so you can go recover it. But if you die before recovering it, just like a Dark Souls game, your glint disappears, and so you have to restart with your stuff. Good thing about this run is it's not necessary. Does it make it faster? Yes, it makes it faster, and if you want a world record, you definitely don't want to die. But when it comes like marathon settings, yes, it's okay to die. Alright, I have made it to Paragon, which is aka Blood Citadel. I'm going to interact with the bell. Even though the fast travel is unlocked, I'm going to be wanting to be next to the bell when I'm done with the boss, so I can fast travel to Tupi's Grotto again to head to the next boss. So here, I'm going to grab some more glint, and then make my way past these enemies up the stairs to grab another glint item. Dodge roll past these enemies, and then there's going to be more things I need from here. Oop, more glint. Make my way past these enemies. So right here, I want to do 2 dodge rolls. 1, 2, run, dodge roll, run, dodge roll. The reason why, for some reason, it causes the AI to stop following me all the way up, so I don't have to fight all of the warriors at one time. Okay, now that the enemies are dead, I'm gonna head over to the boss. There's the slow wind up. And Tannen's dead. This is why I do the poisoner with the other pommel, is the damage over time is so strong on top of how fast that you attack that you can destroy bosses very easily. So right here, I'm gonna grab my next piece of armor, which is the gloves, and then I'm gonna talk to her, and now I just need to fast travel out. But while I'm in this area, I'm going to equip my gloves, add my my third heart, use my echo bell, and then once I use my echo bell, I'm gonna fast travel to the outer steps, which is Tupi's Grotto, and from here I'll be heading to the caldera to fight the next boss named Greco. So I'm gonna get on my ship. And I'll be heading south, between south and southeast, on my nav to go to the next area. So as I said before, you don't need to follow this path if you play casually. You can go, there's many optional bosses that you don't need to fight inside the run. You can go fight those. You can go to different islands and go explore and see if there's like upgrade materials that you want to gather or armor pieces that you want. So the game is very expansive outside of what I'm doing. So like, I'll try to give like a glimpse of the map. It's really big. I can't stay in the map for long to show everything because I can only be paused while I'm in the air. Yeah, it kind of goes everywhere, and you can only see where you've explored. So there's like that fog of war giving you more reason to go explore. Oh! Another thing about the ship too, which can happen at times, is when I hit like a high enough ramp and I get like a lot of air and speed, there'll be things like, let's say, those structures right there, or rocks, or things that I can fly over if I'm not paying attention. And if I hit them correctly, I can tip my ship over or go nosediving into the sand, and it'll cause my ship to kind of like sink into the ground. And it doesn't count as a death, but the game doesn't know what to do with your boat, so it just warps you back to the last save location that you were at. So I'm going to be trying not to do that. Like right here, if I were to like ramp into that, let's say, small rock and flip my boat over, I'd have to go all the way back from the Tupi's Grotto back to the caldera, or the center hold, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so in the center hold, all I need to do is make it to the boss by doing a couple skips. Now, the thing about this area is that there's lava all over the place, and if you stand in lava too long, it starts to hurt you. Now, the cool thing is if the lava is shallow enough, you can continue jumping, and you take no damage as long as you continue jumping in lava. So I'm going to dodge roll underneath this bridge, take 1 hit of damage, continue jumping till I get up here, jump across, I'll heal myself, and then I'm going to dodge roll around this gate. And you can see this purple bar appearing with like these 3 like heat signs. That is heat exhaustion. It causes your character to attack slower and move slower. So I want to make sure to constantly break these water bottles when I have heat exhaustion. So here I'm going to line myself up, do a dodge roll over, do a dodge roll over against this wall, get this glint, and then try to get up these stairs before I get heat exhaustion. Okay, I made it. And you'll see this laser on me. That's the boss. If the laser turns red, he'll come down from his boss arena and try to smack you in the back and kill you instantly. So if you just stay in areas where the laser can't reach you, then he will not teleport down. So right there was a skip where you jump onto the gate and you can actually get around. Normally you'd have to climb up this tower to grab a key to access a lever that you can pull, and then that opens up a gate that allows you to get through there. But by jumping near that pillar, you can just get on top of the gate and not worry about it. Okay, grab this little bit of water before fighting the boss. And then while I'm on my way up to the boss, I'm going to heal myself. So once I get to the top, Greco's going to be standing there. Greco has teleportation attacks, delayed attacks, and a homing missile technique that they can do. So this attack is the worst because you can only hit him twice while he's meditating. So I'm just going to keep walking up.
Yes. Unbind the shackles. I see the
Okay, and that is Greco.
the mountains, the fields.
Once Greco is defeated, you'll grab his arm, and you need to come over here and unlock Sir Gideon from the cage. Sir Gideon will actually give you an enhanced version of Greco's arm, which will allow you to get to one of the bosses coming up in the game. You will need Greco's arm to get to what they call the Forge.
Perhaps right. Yeah. And
So you'll tell Sir Gideon safe travels after he gives you of your stuff, and then go back to the back entrance of Starspire, where you will head to go talk to Tannen and Sir Gideon, who are now on the Starspire, to grab items that you need for later. So here I'm going to talk to the store, and I'm going to trade everything I don't need once again. So sell, 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 and then sell. I'm going to buy this book, this talisman, 1 scripture, 3 bells.
My craking back.
And then I'm going to come over here. I'm going to upgrade my weapon 1 time. And then I'm going to go talk to Tannen.
Dry mouth, not idea. A brief pity. I've lots of not idea. Mysterious. Bombs for the black best of luck.
Tannen will give you these bombs that are used to access the next boss. Then I'm going to go talk to her, give her the book that I bought from the store. She'll unlock the ability to equip talismans. And then talk to Sir Gideon for the upgraded arm that you get for Greco.
for that, I'm sure.
Okay. Once you have the upgraded arm, just head up the stairs, and the talisman lady is going to be over here inside of like a little church area. I need to make sure that I learn, boop, interact with that, equip talisman, use a bell, and then head back to the Blood Citadel. Oh, sorry, Blood Fountain. So from Blood Fountain, you'll get onto your ship and you'll head over to what they call Radix. Radix is where the next bosses are going to be. If you've ever played Dark Souls and they have the bosses where you fight 2 at the same time, I'm not familiar with their names. I haven't really played Dark Souls much. This was what kind of got me into the Souls-like game. But I think it's like Smo and somebody else. But this game has the twins as well, and one is acid and one is blood. So I used to call them ketoacidosis, which is acidic blood. That's what I used to call my split name for them. But you'll fight one of them until they have half health, and then you'll fight another one until they have half health. And once they both have half health, they'll both attack you. And so you'll have to worry about both of them at the same time. And then after this, we'll head to the forge. But there's a few things you got to do in Radix. Ornstein and Smo is what I was just reminded of what they were called. Yes. So this is the longest travel that you have in the game next to getting to, I think Black Rot, and Radix might be the longest travel times that you have to getting to your next areas. So once again, good for donations, talking about certain things, going over like how this run was found, the early access period, all that type of stuff. Because as you can see in the background, there's many towers and things you can visit. Because technically you wouldn't just be going from here to Radix. You'd go explore like over there at the Belfry. You'd go explore the Coldwell. You'd go see Big Door, the Grave. Like there's so many different areas that you can go explore. There's not a lot outside of Radix. There's going to be one box I'm going to collect because it does have a chance of getting an Echo Bell or maybe even an extra Soju. The reason why I want Soju, even though I already have one, is if I die, I lose the effect of Soju. And so if I have another one on hand, I can continue doing mass damage, which is always a welcome thing. I love the fact that I don't have to click anything to travel. In this game, your ship kind of comes with like these thrusters. So as long as I have them activated, my ship will continue going forward by itself. So I don't need to hold gas or accelerate or whatever you want to call it. All I need to worry about is steering. But if I point myself in a general direction, this ship is pretty good about keeping itself that way. So a lot of the times when I'm in this split, if I need to use like the restroom or go do something else, I can go stand up and walk away for a moment. Super nice for a run like this too. Okay, so I'm gonna grab this box. No Echo Bell, that's okay. But it is glint and a glint item. And the more glint I have, the better, because it allows me to upgrade. It also allows for better spell damage in the end game. So those bombs I picked up from Tannen are used for these vines right here. You can't get into Radix. You can't get into Radix without those bombs. Okay, there's another box. Those glintstone figurines are worth a lot. And as you can see, my glint is climbing up a lot. I went from less than 1,000 already back to 2,000. And I've collected 2 boxes. There's 2 more right here. Got a Soju. That's really good. Let's go. So if I do perish, I have another chance at doing extreme damage. Here I'm going to park my boat and begins Radix. So my goal in Radix is to collect 4 Ferrum helmets and some teeth for a blacksmith that I can unlock to bring her back to my island. So then she can continue upgrading my weapons and armor. So here I'm going to skip all these enemies and go into the cutscene. I'm going to collect this upgrade material. I'm going to run up here. There's going to be some boulders that try to crush you. Skip these enemies, and then there's going to be my first helmet right here. I'm going to angle myself precisely so I don't fly off these stairs, but I also don't go past that knight too slowly. That knight can actually one-hit you, so you need to make sure that you're aware of that. Pick up some glint items. These reliquaries and other chests that I'm picking up, they unlock more items for your store. So you want to make sure while you're also in the speedrun that you're collecting the store upgrades so you can continue getting better items. Which you're going to need later on in the game, because you're going to need purple purple upgrade material to get your weapon to where you need it for the final couple bosses. Okay, that is the last helmet that I... Oh, sorry. The second to last helmet I need to collect. Here, I'm going to jump through this window that's supposed to be an illusion. Grab this. Angle myself to not fall to my death. Dodge these enemies and collect these teeth at the bottom of this well. And then there's 3 glint items as well down here I need to collect. And then up this ladder. I need to get 1 more upgrade material and I'll have enough for when I make it to the forge, so I can upgrade my weapon to exactly what I need before I fight the next boss. So here I'm just going to bypass all of these enemies, and there's going to be another boulder that comes down these stairs. So I'm going to stick to the left-hand side. Dodge roll up here, and then I'm going to have a knight that'll try to chase me and hit me in the back when I open up this chest. So I need to prepare myself to parry. Nope, didn't actually attack. Went to go throw a stone at me instead. Here, I'm going to not do any dodge rolls or even hold down my sprint. When you hold down sprint, you kind of have like this butter effect where you'll slide. And so when you're going towards that ledge, it's best to just not sprint at all, just in case you butter too close to the sun and you slip right off. Okay, this is the last helmet that I need to gather. And I have every item I need in Radix for the rest of the game. I'm going to go down this ladder. And then the last story item I need to grab. Alright, here goes nothing. Time to go fight the twins. There's 1 item. Oh, and here's 2 items, and then a cutscene. And then you go talk to the blacksmith before I go fight the boss. Or bosses. I need to give her teeth. And then let her know I don't have time for her stories. And then accept that I will go get those Ferrum helmets, but we already got the helmets.
Right. Well, that'd be...
And then she's going to give us a codex, a health upgrade, and we'll upgrade our armor at the island now. Which is very useful for later in the game when you need to do a lot of damage. Okay, entering into the boss fight. As I said, you'll fight 1 at a time until they both have half health, and then they'll both be on the field. Can't do anything during this attack, because he has like an AoE effect going around him. This is one of the most important fights to learn how to parry. If you don't know how to parry, this is going to be not a lot of fun. Somehow that attack went through me. So I am going to be concentrating, sorry. Just trying to make sure I don't make any big mistakes. That is the best attack that you can do during this phase. That attack right there will instantly kill you, so you have to dodge that attack no matter what. Oh, I didn't know who was attacking. Okay, that's 1 twin down, and now I can just focus on this last one. Now he can revive his fallen brother. But I just need to make sure that I just keep up my parries. And that's it. That is the twins. With the twins defeated, depending on who you killed first is the armor that you will get. It doesn't matter which armor you get inside of the speed run. You just want to make sure that you get a helmet regardless, and then equip the helmet, put your heart in there, and now you have as much HP as you're going to need all the way up to the next boss.
Night.
So with that, you'll head up this pathway where you will have to interact with a priest who was looking for the same sigils that you were. He gets overrun with darkness or corruption, and so you have to take him down and then claim the sigil for yourself so you can continue helping Lawrence.
Maybe we won't. Can you?
Okay, so with that, you just need to interact with this box and then pick up the sigil that comes out of it, and then make your way back down this path. Once you're inside the main room, you can use a bell to go back to the dock. If you use a bell while you're inside the other room, you'll just teleport to the boss arena. Okay, now once you're here, you go back to the caldera, and you'll head to the forge, which I will consider to be the hardest boss in the game. If I do good, that's going to look very easy, but his attack patterns are strange, parry windows are strange, has an attack that hits you like 40 times in quick succession, not even joking, just does like this crazy stab attack. And so if you're not ready for it, it can just take you out very, very, very fast. So this is where Greco's arm, the boss from the caldera, comes in handy, because this allows you to travel to the forge to take on the Forge Knight. I technically, you could probably get to the caldera right away and go fight Greco, save Sir Gideon, and then go to the forge. I mean, you probably could do that. The game doesn't really hold your hand on where you're supposed to go. I mean, there's a main quest and stuff, but like, there's like no barriers except to Ishalar, which is the final time.
I'm with you, Knight.
All right, here we go.
You smell that?
So I'm gonna grab this box out here. Just, hope it's like an echo bell or something. Nope, that's okay though. I still have one echo bell, which is all I need for this area after the boss fight, so then I can head back to Starspire. So here I'm just gonna kind of round around this area and then head into the docking part, and I'll talk to the blacksmith at the very start so I can upgrade my armor and my weapon, and then I'll head my way through the forge to get to the boss, where I'll have to do like a soul puzzle, which I'll explain when I get there. I'll head up these stairs, and then the blacksmith will be to my left. And then I'm gonna upgrade my helmet twice, my chest piece once, my... Oh, I don't have enough. Wow. I did not get a lot of, I didn't get a lot of, upgrade materials this time. That's okay. No big deal. Okay, so with that, I head through, open up this gate, and normally you're supposed to walk around and do this path, but they left an invisible walkway that you can just kind of go up. Very useful for the run. Bypass this enemy, and there's going to be a ring and an upgrade material that you can get right here. I just want the ring. I don't care about the upgrade material. And then another glint thing you can mine. Up here, you can jump onto these rocks that allow you to get up on this area much sooner than you normally would be up here. And then just keep dodge rolling past enemies, but you have to be careful in this area, because if you fall off, then you die. And there is a lot of ledges. A lot of ledges. Valk, what are you doing?
There's all.
Okay. I'm going to make my way across these tracks. I'm going to be as careful as possible. I could dodge roll around them, but once again, one mistake and you are off, and that is it for the run. Well, I mean, if you want a world record, but you'd have to go all the way back up. Okay. Talk to the Ferrum, and then open up, and this is one of the first, like, official puzzles that I have to do. So I need to do a jumping puzzle to get to the center, and then this will open up a platform where crystals will come out of the sky. I then need to line up these platforms to where the arrows are all pointing the same direction, so it powers up a generator that gives access to the elevator to get to the boss. So I'm gonna position myself over here, and I'll try to explain when I see an enemy appear how this works. So right here, this crystal needs one enemy. So I need to lower the enemy over the crystal and then kill it next to the crystal so the soul goes into it. This crystal needs 3 enemies. So I need to wait till enemies get closer. Okay, that's 1 soul. That's 2 souls. That's 3 souls. Oh, it did not turn. I need 1 more. They went in too fast. Okay. And then this one needs 3 souls. If the souls go in too fast with each other, then it like cancels it out, which is kind of annoying. That's 1 soul. That's 2 souls and 3 souls. And that's it. Now, once you have all of that done, instead of taking the path it wants you to, you'll come over this way. You'll do a dodge roll across the gap. You'll grab this chalice, and then you'll slowly inch your way off this ledge. If you go too fast, you'll bounce, and then you'll slide off, and then you'll die. And then you'll come over here, same thing. Just slowly go off the ledge. Perfect. You'll grab this chalice. You'll position yourself to jump up here. You'll do a dodge roll across, and then you'll work your way around the ledges. And there'll be an orb over here for 5,000 glint that you'll pick up. Then you'll open the gate, and you'll go to the boss. As I said, this is one of the hardest bosses in the game, so excuse me if I do perish to this guy. It happens. Okay. Here goes nothing. So once I walk off the elevator, a cutscene will start, and then the fight just begins. I'm not... Oh, yeah, this is not going well. Oh, yeah, this is not going well. He is not giving me... No, okay, he's just doing all the dirty tricks. He's probably going to teleport into the sky. Yep. So he did really, really bad attacks at the beginning of this fight. All things I didn't want. Like that one right there. That is generally the worst attack that he can do to you. I need to heal. He might die in the air. Yep. Okay. And that is the Forge Knight.
This should enough.
And this is why we do damage over time on bosses. So just in case they get away from us, you can still do damage to them. Okay, with the Forge Knight defeated, I just need to walk over to this box over here that's going to have a sigil in it. And there'll be some influence, another bell upgrade, a couple other things. And then I'll use my fast travel bell to get back down to my boat. We'll head back to Starspire. Okay, once everything is picked up, use the bell, which will take you back to your boat, and then go back to the back entrance of Starspire. Now, from the back entrance, you can need to head to Lawrence's house. and you will talk to Galena, which will let you know that he is doing really bad. You'll tell her that you found a cure, and you'll give him the elixir that you made from all the stuff that you've done.
You Lisa then
So here, there's some extra dialogue you can do, but I'm just going to wait till 3 dots appear inside of the dialogue selection, and I can just dodge roll away, and it'll finish it anyways. Yep, so these 3 dots is dodge roll away, and then it'll do quest complete. And now my next goal is to go talk to Tupi, where they'll give me another sigil, and I need to head down back into the Nexus to do 3 fight arenas. Oh, I passed up
travel well,
Tupi.
young knight.
You have. So. Go. Now.
Okay, now that I have the orb, instead of having to go through the church, once you've gone through the church one time, there is a door that opens down here that you can just enter into, and it takes you down to the Nexus. So you don't have to go back to the church or do any of that nonsense. I will be wary though, once you spawn in, there's a giant hole next to you, so you have to be careful with what you're doing. And then you just make your way down. Instead of entering on the portal on the left, you're now going to enter the portal on the right.
Can I? Why the Pharaoh? But you. But there's. But you. I.
So I'm going to use my special attack to get one of my orbs up, so I have a fire dash roll for later.
This.
And then once you're in the Nexus, this part, you can fight if you want to, but I found a way to escape all the fighting if you just kind of want to stand around.
If you.
So what you got to do is just come over here, jump up onto these, and then you can jump on... Okay, well this enemy's in my way. There we go. You can get up here,
I just need a little. I promise.
and the enemies can't hit you while you're up here.
You can trust us. We only want to help.
Yeah, technically you're supposed to keep fighting them, but this is just an easy way of doing it. So same with the next area. There's a way to jump onto these crystals to get up to a higher point to where the enemies can't touch you. Flashbang! Okay, so I'm gonna head this way.
His follow the summit. The source was it worth
And then
it?
instead of going to the left side, I'll come on this side, and I'll jump up from the back end. And this is high enough to where I can
What other
technically
choice
just
was
attack some
there?
enemies if I want to get some energy. But they can't hit you while you're up here.
I didn't mean for- There, I see them.
I'll do a fire roll to get into the cutscene, and then I'm going to do another fire roll to get behind those big crystals you see to my left, which will disengage all the enemies in this area and allow me to kind of sit there while nothing goes on.
But
This will be a good time for donations or anything else. Oh, didn't even do a fire. So one enemy found me, but the other ones don't know where I'm at. So I'll see if I can show them off. And you see the enemies are trying to find me, but they don't know how to get behind this crystal. So I can wait until Aura is done doing what she needs to, and then I can continue on with the quest without having to worry about 6 or 7 enemies coming at me at the same time. Once she's done doing her meditation or breaking the barrier down, you'll be teleported back to the middle of the room, and then you'll go through and you'll talk to Mentes. Mentes will send you back to Starspire, and you'll be interacting with Lawrence, who's completely healed because of your efforts, and you'll enter into the next split, what they call the Starspire Festival, which has 2 mini games that I have to do to get myself enough tokens to unlock my next thing of armor. But I will show that off in just a minute.
But it seems
Mentes don't like Aura. Okay, so now I'm gonna approach Mentes.
To be consigned to sit the bat
Okay, and here we go. Bygone Accord done, and entering back to Starspire, where Lawrence is all fine and healthy. Ah, night or awake.
And and yet the stuff is should what?
So I kind of question him, like, why would we be celebrating during end times? But he explains that even during the worst times, you need to make sure that you have time to smile and have fun. Otherwise, you won't have the morale to continue fighting the good fight. So they're hosting a festival right now.
Don't listen. I was here. Well, found this nearby. I'd recognize.
So here I need to get a dagger as proof that Rendell stole some stuff. But after I grab that, I'm going to do a mini game where I need to destroy the statue twice to get 30 tokens.
Let's see.
You qualified for tier 1. You need tier 1 twice, which is almost impossible not to get.
Let's see. You
Okay, now once I have the tokens, I need to go do the first fight of the festival. So I'll head back up here, and I'll go talk to Rendell. He said that he won't give you anything until you join the tournament and fight him, and if you can beat him, he'll let you know, like, what you want to know.
Fighters, friends.
So first fight, very easy, not much to do here. I'm just gonna face tank all of the hits, and then enter into the next fight.
Great show, Knight. Great show. Ready for perhaps.
I like how Rendell is glitched right there. Rendell's not supposed to be glitched like that up against the wall, but Rendell is.
Quit.
And fight over. Now, if you click and you click I'm ready, you have to,
Run along.
okay, so this is kind of like a time save because normally you have to climb the spire, but apparently because Rendell's glitched right there, you can just talk to Rendell. I've never seen that, but hey, a little new time save, I guess.
As coordinator of this year's festival, absolutely. Take a look at our
So here, I'm going to exchange all of my emblems that I earned during it, which was the 2 mini-games and the fights that I just did, to get Lawrence's Lost Key, which unlocks the most powerful armor that you can get in the run, at least at a good amount of time, without having to go and collect a bunch of upgrade material and stuff that would just take way too long to make it worth it. So here I'm going to open up and get the stolen fireworks. Aura's going to say she needs to go take care of stuff, disappear, which is very suspicious. But we're going to continue on with the festival. So I'm going to make my way back down and talk to these two and let them know that I found the fireworks. And then I'll be told that Lawrence is looking for me. So I'm going to head on down. Wait. Did I just do something wrong? Okay, I think I clicked on something wrong. I think I'm supposed... Okay, I'm not sure exactly what happened. Okay. I guess I get an extra 2,000 glint for doing that, which is not what I meant to do. You're supposed to tell them, like, hey, I'm not going to tell on you with Rendell. And then they're like, oh, okay, sounds good. Just so you know, Lawrence is looking for you. There we go. There we go. Technically, that's supposed to happen. I clicked on the wrong dialogue option. But honestly, it's good that these things are being shown off to show that even if I do make mistakes, it's not that big of a deal. Okay, so I'll head to Melgrim's Cavern, which I will confront Aura because she's up to no good right now, and you need to figure out why she's doing the things that she's doing. So I'm going to head back into the beginning area where you fought the tutorial boss.
But I did everything all the same.
As I approach Aura, she'll tell me to stop and she'll put me in a bubble.
Wait. Please, you see, I can do this. How can? Why would?
And then she's gonna send these zombies after me. I'm gonna wait till they all gather. Okay, and then after this, you will get the first glimpse of the final boss of the game, which is Mentes. And this will unlock Ishular, the Black Rot, and then after I'm done with those two areas, I'll head into the final part. So there's 4 bosses left in the entire run. So I'm gonna get a cutscene with Mentes opening up Ishular and raising Black Rot out of the ground, which unleashes 2 fearsome bosses into the world. And this is the end of the festival.
But it's all.
Night.
It's all. But you.
Night.
About had up.
So I'll talk to Lawrence to let him know that it was my fault that all of this happened. He'll forgive you and say that you just need to, you know, fix the things that you've done. Which is what leads you onto your journey to go to Ishular and Black Rot to stop the plague from getting any worse than it already is.
I'm just.
So I'm gonna leave Milgrim's Cavern, and instead of going to where I need to, I'm gonna detour, and I'm gonna use Lawrence's lost key now, because this is where you'll use it. So I'll head up these stairs, and then I'll head into Lawrence's house. And there was a door that you may have noticed, probably not, because I moved around way too quick at the start of the game, on the left side. You can actually open now with that key, and there is a bunch of really good armor inside of it. So once you have all that armor equipped, you leave, and then before you take off to go to Ishular and Black Rot, you want to stop at the Rune Carver, where Tupi usually is at, and talk to the Rune Carver.
Lie. Met and
And you want to take the runes that you had out of your armor. And then you want to add those runes into your new armor. And then once you're done with that, you'll head down, you'll go towards the bell, and you'll head back to Radix, which is called the main gate. And from here, you'll head to Ishular, and then to Black Rot. So I'll get inside the boat. And I still have a soju available, so no big deal at the moment. So if I do die to Atnael, or if Vexia doesn't want to do the glitch that I'm going to be explaining soon, and I do die, I will have an extra soju just in case. So I'm going to leave Radix, but I'm going to take a right as I'm leaving, and I'm going to try to get behind these thorns. And I'm going to boost all the way to the very end where that crate is at.
Some poor fool
Val,
for
stop, please.
reserves. Best to not
Okay, I got an
be
Echo Bell,
wise
and I
to
got some armor. Okay, I'm gonna head through. Oh, I missed my turn. It's okay. I'm gonna head towards this giant white structure. And my goal when I'm here is I need to get to the very top of it, to what they call the Great Graveyard, to unlock the fast travel point up there. I'm not gonna be doing at Niall right now. Val, stop it, please. I'm not gonna be defeating Atnael right now or completing Ishular. I'm just coming here to unlock the fast travel for later.
Ishular, just
Stop it,
there.
please.
City of radiance, city of light.
Stop it.
Best be wary.
Knock it off.
You don't get brightness
Stop it.
like that without shadows.
Sorry, my dog sees another dog outside, and since it's her home, she even gets a sense of another dog out there. It's her home, it's her place, so I do apologize for the barking in the background. Okay, I'm gonna go around Ishalar. And the reason why I'm heading out so far around Ishalar is if you get too close to the islands, you lose your boost speed. So I want to make sure I'm on this side of the island before I lose my boost, so I can just turn left
Mind yourself. Free boots may be about.
and go directly towards the box, which I got 2 Echo Bells on this run so far. Really good. I won't really need the Echo Bells anymore, but just in case anything does happen, they're good backups. So once I'm on the Ishalar platform, I need to make my way inside, where I will have to go up against what I call the floating samurai monster. Out of all the things in the run, this is one of my worst nightmares. He attacks really fast and he's blocking a sellable item that I really, really want for later. So I'm going to try to get around him. Okay, I end up parrying him somehow. Oh my goodness, I end up parrying him. Let's go. So this point of Ishalar is just to get through it as fast as possible, but there's going to be upgrade items that I want to collect. I will not be using these upgrade items. They just sell for a ton. So I want to make sure I grab them to sell for later, so I can boost up my magic damage more than anything. I want to make sure that these wheel enemies don't follow me, because they will like home onto you. It's rare, but sometimes they can follow you for a pretty large distance and hit you in the back while you're dodge rolling because they move so quickly. This anvil is to upgrade my weapon to exactly where I need it for this fight. You need at least one of the 3 hidden anvils in the game that allow you to give to your blacksmith to increase your upgrade potential. Okay, right now is the worst place to get stuck on walls. If these enemies that, these like creepy looking enemies that crawl grab onto you, they reduce your health by a considerable amount. They don't do damage, it just decreases your overall health. You can use an Echo Bell to get them off of you, and then it'll give you back your health bar. But you just want to avoid them as much as possible. Okay, so once you grab the Great Graveyard's fast travel, you're going to leave Ishular, and you're going to head towards Blackrot now. The reason why you do Ishular first is so you can grab all of those upgrade materials. So when you get done with Vexa's area, you have even more upgrade materials. So then when you go back to fight, the boss in Ishular, you'll have a fully upgraded weapon that will have a new codex called the Ishular Codex, which means that all your special attacks now do critical damage, whether it's from the front, the side, or the back. You will do crits no matter where you're facing them. You'll have enough upgrade to go all the way to just before gold or gold. And then you'll have enough for level 10 or more on your Spellblade. So you can just get a ton of boost on damage. And since you don't need any upgrades for Vexia, because the way that her battle works, it's just more reliable for the run to go to Ishular first and then to Blackrot. You could potentially head to Blackrot first, get that done, then go to Ishular, get up to the Great Graveyard, then go to Starspire and upgrade. You could do all that if you wanted to. But I just find that Ishular's closer to the main gate, aka Radix. So I like to go from the main gate to Ishular first, instead of the main gate all the way to Blackrot, and then main gate back to Ishular. Oh, usually I don't go for this box, but there is no waves, so I might as well go for it. A little bit of extra glint, a little bit of extra sellable items.
Just there, the Black Rock Chasm.
Black Rock Chasm.
Dead than the rest of them.
So in this area, I need to collect certain items that will help me get through an area that'll unlock a gate. Once I'm through that gate, I need to collect 2 pieces of a pheromone thing to let me through to the queen. She will thank you for those pheromones, and then you'll follow her up or she'll betray you, and that ends up being Vexia the queen, and you end up fighting her. She is actually one of the hardest bosses ever in the game. Not in the run, because you don't actually fight her. If you did have to fight her, she'd be way harder than the Forge Knight for sure. So in this part, I need at least 1 spell blade, so I can do a long, like a flame dodge roll, because there's going to be a skip coming up.
Figured you, no doubt. While it may, if you I'll say this.
Okay, so once I'm done talking to him, I need to head over to this bell, interact with it. So when I fast travel back here, I'll come back to this bell and not the entrance to Blackrot. I'm going to hit this guy. Okay, well, I was trying to hit this guy one time so I can have 2 flame rolls, just in case I missed my first one. But nice dodge. Okay, so I'm going to come over here. I'm going to jump on this pillar. Oh, man, it's a little hard. Okay. Ooh! Wow, okay, so that was not supposed to happen. That was a lot of damage very fast. I could not find my bells in my inventory. Because I ran out of bells earlier, my bells are now moved in my inventory somewhere else. And so now it's just like blind trying to figure out where my bells are at. Okay, I need to come back here to grab my money. I have to have my money. Okay, I just need to... Oh my gosh. Okay, you know what? We're not even going to worry about the bell, because I'm just going to die again. I'll teleport now. Oh my goodness. Okay, interact with the bell, and then I need to drink my soju again. Well, one minor inconvenience. I need to heal. You want full health at all times in this area. A lot of the enemies in here do, as you can see, they will send you to the graveyard very quickly. Okay, usually the praying mantises aren't supposed to be chasing you this far. But this praying mantis is actually chasing me really, really far. I'm not used to seeing the praying mantises go this far. That is so scary. Yeah, this is the first time I've ever seen one of these praying mantises follow me up here before. Oh my goodness. I'm so scared to stop moving. Oh my gosh! These psycho mantises! I am trying my best to do this puzzle. I don't know how I messed up something. I messed up something. I can't fight this thing. It has too much health and I don't do enough damage. Okay, it's stuck. Holy moly. That was not supposed to happen. Oh, talk about stressful. Alright. Once you grab the item that you need, you can head back to the bell and interact with the queen, and she will unlock this door for you where you'll head into the final part of Blackrot, where you need to collect 2 more items.
Lucky. Yet we.
So I'm gonna head up here. I'm gonna try to dodge roll off of this bridge at an angle so I don't pull the praying mantis. As you can just see, that was not fun. Okay, so here, my goal is to jump up this way to get up on top of this ledge. There's another way of doing this, but it's a little bit harder, and I'm just not good at it. It doesn't save that much more time. It's just the angle is very hard to do, so I'd just rather do it that way. Once you're up here, you're going to grab the pheromonic item. Harvest this for some more upgrade materials, which technically you won't need, but it's good for selling. And then on top of this platform is going to be some more echo bells. And then the last 2 items that you need to grab, so here. And you want to walk slowly. And then to a dodge roll. Use your echo bell to get back to the start. And then go talk to the queen. Holy moly, so much to keep track of. Okay, once all those items are in your possession, you'll head up this way now, and you'll talk to the queen, and you'll give her the 2 items that she needs before you go fight her.
As this assured such how you despise come.
Okay, she wants you to follow her before she's like, oh, follow me, I promise, I'm a good person. You don't actually have to wait for her. You can just go to the triggers and it'll just teleport her there, which is really nice.
This is where our paths.
Okay, so this boss is hard. In the terms of hard if you were to fight it, but also to get the glitch to work can be a little difficult. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to parry all of these spikes until she's done. And then I'm going to try to stay next to her so she keeps trying to attack me. And I'm going to lure her to the ledge. Okay, or she's going to... I mean, that works too. I mean, it still works. This is actually the best move she could have done. And there we go. And that is the boss. Okay. Now that she's done, you're just going to head up and you're going to interact with the orbs. And you've collected the items. So instead of having to fight her, you can just get her to walk off the ledge. And then when you talk to Aura, she'll teleport you back to the top. Be wary to not dodge roll unless you're already on like the bottom part of stairs. If you dodge roll while you're too high on these stairs, it'll just launch you into the sky and it'll break your spine. You definitely don't want to do that. You want to make sure you select the first option when talking to him, otherwise he'll knock you out, and then you have to go do a whole nother quest in the run before you can complete it. So you want to make sure you always give him the item, and then from here, you're going to head back to the back entrance of Starspire, and this is where you will do all of your upgrading. So I'm going to head up, I'm going to go talk to Galena, and I'm going to sell everything I possibly can that I don't need. Which is a lot.
Come take what's this?
Okay, so yes, 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 yes. Okay, I'm going to buy 8 of these, and then I'm going to leave. I'm going to put this heart in, and I'm going to go upgrade real quick. So I'm gonna go talk to the blacksmith.
That's probably right then.
And then I'm just, oh, I need to go here and add the codex. And then upgrade as much as I possibly can. Okay. And then I need to head back up. Talk to her again. And trade everything I do not need. Anything that's left over. And then head over this way and buy any hearts that you see, which I didn't get any hearts. That's okie dokie, and there's nothing else. So just add this heart into the collection. Head over to the rune vendor. Come over here and then upgrade your magic as much as possible. And then head back to the Great Graveyard to go fight the Ishular boss. So this boss is actually the easiest in the game. Even though it's one of the ending bosses, there's a glitch that you can do that prevents this boss from being a threat. But you have to know how to parry. If you don't understand how to parry or your parry window isn't good, you will have to just fight this boss normally, which is not as fun. Okay, so the first thing you gotta do is parry and then walk behind. And then just constantly parry the backswing. This boss is designed to always do that attack. And your goal is to get 4 purple bars. And that is that now. Very simple. You just make sure that once you get the first parry off, that you just keep walking behind the boss. So the boss just continues to do the same move over and over. It's the only boss that you can manipulate like that. The final boss also has a glitch, but you can't manipulate it. It has to just happen. And then you have to make sure that once the glitch does happen on the final boss, that you don't move away from him. The moment you step a single foot away from him, the glitch automatically disconnects. It's very odd. But this one, you can actually do it 100% of the time. Okay, so with that, you'll collect those items, you use the bell. Now you cannot teleport back to Starspire. You have to go to Tupi's Grotto, and then from Tupi's Grotto, you gotta make your way back to Starspire. So I have to get on this boat. And then I need to head to the west. And the reason why this is happening is that Starspire came under attack while you were gone. Taking down the Ishular boss and Blackrot. So the pier's destroyed, or at least not enough for you to dock at. And so you have to go there and dock manually. And then you work your way up where you'll find Lawrence. Lawrence and you will have a standoff against the forces of the corruption. Lawrence will go through a story arc area, like a character development thing. Things will happen. And then we'll end up having to go into the Nexus to take down Aura and the final boss to complete the game. So yeah. We're almost done. This has actually been a really good run. I had one hiccup where I went to go use the bell and I got killed by the smaller tick enemies that do a lot of damage. But I had another soju, and everything's been going well since. So, no big deal.
Bring us in quickly.
So in this upcoming area, there's going to be a part where I can't do, well, I can do stuff, but I have found a way to manipulate the AI to where I don't have to do anything. So this will be another good point for shout outs, talking about the run, just, you know, random babble if the host has anything to say, if my couch has anything to talk about. So just a heads up that there will be a point where I will just kind of be sitting there, not doing a lot.
All of
You don't corrupted word, so
Okay, so here I want to make my way into this portion to jump onto this wall to get over that gate, so I don't have to get shoulder checked by enemies trying to squeeze through a little gap. And then I need to make my way around towards Lawrence's house.
I put swords in their hands. Don't. It was like two group. No clue.
cool.
No, I.
And then you'll ask her where everybody's at. Ooh, talk about almost getting smoked in a cutscene. Where you'll head back into Melgrim's cavern and you'll find Lawrence at the very end, and you'll be ambushed by some corrupted enemies.
Corrupt. I fear no.
So Lawrence will be like, we have to do something about this. Help me. But if you just stand right here, about 2 blocks away from the arena, technically 3 blocks away from the arena, the enemies won't ever lock onto you. Like, they won't. They're like, oh, well, I guess that person's not there. So the whole fight ends whenever that purple light you see in the top right corner, that's actually one of the bosses you fight at the beginning of the game. Okay, well, maybe they might now that he's coming down the stairs, they may know I'm here. Okay, this is a first. I don't think I've ever seen Lawrence come down the stairs like this. This is actually really funny. I wonder if they can push Lawrence. Oh, he's broken! His AI's broken! Okay, let's help him out a little bit. That's beautiful. His AI broke. Yes, let's clear him up so we can run back upstairs. Just so we don't have enemies next to me. So those are actually Sanctum beasts that are trying to get across the bridge. Once they reach across the bridge, the fight ends. But it's on a set timer. Like, you have to wait until they get there. It doesn't matter how many enemies you kill. The enemies will infinitely keep respawning. Another reason why I don't like being in the fight is if I die, the whole thing resets. When they get knocked off and you watch them just like tumble. There we go! Yeah, boy! Gonna watch Lawrence do all the dirty work. So you'll know the fight's over whenever they reach the ledge, and Lawrence will run over to the banister, and he'll be like, "Ah, you must hit the explosives, please." And so you'll dodge roll across this bridge to the other side, where you'll detonate the explosives. So we're just waiting for the Sanctum Beasts to reach. We're almost there. They're almost to the edge. Okay, let's free Lawrence up so whenever that time does come, he's not overran by enemies, so he can just run to the banister.
No, there's no.
Okay. And now Lawrence is gonna run across the bridge, but the explosives won't go off. Oh no! Lawrence has to do it. Lawrence will use his fire spellblade to become the new Lawrence the White. So Lawrence ends his life, sadly enough, protect you in the realm. You're now going to wake up in the bar in Starspire, where you will be prompted to go to the Nexus, and from the Nexus, you fight the last two bosses. I'm going to air quote fight, because one of the bosses you don't fight at all. Alright, so before going into the Nexus, I'm going to head up these stairs so I can go to the shop real quick. Because I got a couple more items after defeating at Niall. So I'll come over here, I'll trade, I'll sell this, and I'll sell these. And then I'm going to buy this, and it looks like that's all I can get. Okay, so that's another bit of health. And then with the rest of the money, I'll come over here and see if I can upgrade my magic. Perfect, level 16 magic. And then with that, it is time to head in to fight the final two bosses, back to back. So heading back to the Nexus, as you can see, there were more portals down there than just the two that we entered. And as you can see, there's one that's open and glowing now. Tupi is standing in the middle of this arena. I will talk to Tupi. I'll get a flashback of whatever happened. Tupi will enter up into the portal, and then I will go fight Aura and Mavis. So this was Wilgrim at Niall and Mavis all as people, or meant as people, back when they were kings of the land. I'm assuming inside the White City that you never enter.
What?
You're warned that once you enter into the portal, you can't go back, which is a lie. You can just use the bell system to go back. You can just fast travel out if you want to. You can leave whenever you'd like. I don't know why the game tells you that. I think it's more like once you enter into the Forsaken Gods, you can't go back and do the quests. I think it cuts off some of the quests that you do. Yay, so entering into the Pillar of Entropy, which is the final area, I will head down a staircase where Aura will be waiting for me, and then after fighting Aura, I'll walk down a hallway where I'll fight Mavis. Not a lot of traveling here, it's just getting to the bosses, and that is it. Very simple. So I'm going to interact with this bell. Now this can go really bad. This glitch sometimes doesn't want to work, and she does a lot of damage. A lot of damage. So we'll see if I can get this glitch to work. So the goal is she has ranged attacks and melee attacks. I'm gonna try to manipulate her melee attack to where she takes herself out. So okay, perfect. Nope, come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. Come on. There we go. And boss is dead.
There is no other future.
There is no other future. So if you get her to launch off of that chain, it breaks her back and she just instantly dies. So you don't need to fight her at all, but you have to manipulate it to where you can angle it at the chain area while also dodging her attacks to get her to ramp up off. And then this is the final bell you can interact with. So if you took any damage or used any healing, if you're not confident in the fight, good time to stop, heal. And then this is Mavis. You'll unchain Mavis, and once you're done, this is the end of the run. So I don't find Mavis to be hard at all. I actually find Mavis to be very, very, very easy. He could be a little cheap, and it's not because of him. It's because of how the game works. There's this pool of poison that appears. Look at that damage on the ground. And sometimes it's invisible for some reason. It's like a weird visual glitch. And yeah. Easily one of the worst things in this game. Also, really annoying when so this stone that he has me on, you cannot move when he tethers you to that stone. And then these tentacles reduce your overall max HP. So you are now weaker and pretty much are one-shottable while these tentacles are on the battlefield. So you have to make sure that you play it safe. Also, the poison, if you stand in it, will kill you. No! Also, he has an ability to heal himself, which is really, really annoying. And I got the glitch at the very end. And as long as I just keep attacking him like this and I don't move away from him, it's game over. And that is the end of the run. 135.27, new world record. I cannot believe 2 of my submissions are world record runs. Oh, I haven't been able to get a good run on this game in so long. And the fact that it happened during another submission is just crazy. Oh, I think just talking about the game clears up my mind and gets rid of all the stress. But yes, this is Sands of Aura, 1 hour, 35 minutes, 27 seconds, reducing my run down by 10 minutes. What a great run. Thank you all for watching, and hope you enjoy it. Hopefully this run makes it in. If not, good luck to everybody who does submit. Thank you, GDQ staff. Thank you to all my viewers who support me during my speedruns. You guys are incredible, and I cannot wait for the game list to release. Thank you all, stay safe, and have a great day.